Kinsey's the oldest, and so she's used to being the firstborn and kind of leading on everything. Being an older firstborn, I know that ultimately, the world does revolve around the firstborn. No, I'm kidding.
From Without a Crystal Ball, welcome back to my channel. It's August 3rd. Are you guys ready for a new episode about stuff and things and the Duggars and the Goslins and all of the things that we talk about on this channel? Because it's coming up today. First and foremost, I want to let you guys know that we have a new update to the store coming, our merch store. We're going to be loading some new designs that you all asked for. Like, we were talking about it during a live stream, and some of you wanted a new design to show your support for me and for the channel. And so you have been begging for new merch for a while. So we'll be loading some new designs and we will be offering them to you with links on the channel. So stay tuned. That should happen in the next few days. Now, right now, we're going to talk about the Duggars. So the Duggars returned to social media, and guess who had a birthday? Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer is the, I don't even know, 17th child? Yeah, she's the 17th child. So Jennifer is 14. That means her entire life she has been on TV. Well, she's not on TV anymore because the show was canceled, but Jennifer was actually born on TV. So the Duggars have been on the air for a very long time. Their show was recently canceled, and before they actually had a series called 17 Kids and Counting, which was 17 kids, that was Jennifer, there was specials, and there were specials where each of the kids were born. There was a special where Jackson was born, one where Johanna was born, one where Jennifer was born, and then the last two kids were born, and then she had Jubilee, who passed away. Jennifer has had her entire life in the public eye, and she actually turned 14, which is wild, I tell you. So she is well into her teen years. She is growing up, and she is like as tall as her sisters now. She is looking very adult-like. She has come a long way from her younger years where she was just this tiny little tot that was like running around kicking balls on the show. So Jennifer had her birthday, and the Duggars celebrated, and they took her to Marketplace Grill. So Marketplace Grill is like this really good restaurant, I guess, in Springdale. They have good Southern food. I did ask people local there what it was like, and they said it was good food, and the Duggars really like it. They also apparently don't serve alcohol there. Who knew? But on Instagram, they celebrated and shared a photo, and they said this: "Happy birthday, Jennifer." That's it. That's legitimately all it says. That's it. It says happy birthday, Jennifer, and it's a photo of Jennifer with Johanna, her mom, Jordan, and Jana. No Josie. Josie was nowhere to be seen. So they shared that, and then they did two stories, and it was happy birthday, Jennifer, we love you. There was a picture of Jennifer with a cake. Then it says Jordan loves to bake, so she made a special cake for Jenny for her birthday. It was delicious. So Jennifer got a birthday cake that was made by her sister Jordan for her birthday. Jennifer is 14 years old, and this is actually quite a bit different than the party that James got and the send-off that James got on the Duggar blog. So obviously it's different birthdays. 20 is like a bigger birthday. You're entering your third decade, and you have maybe a bigger celebration. I don't really know. But for James's 20th birthday, he got an entire blog post, and he actually got a day out on the lake, which is quite different than taking Jennifer out to Marketplace Grill for a dinner or a lunch, and only with the girls. Because on James's birthday, they went out on the lake. All the boys, they went boating, they went fishing, they took the jet skis out, the wave runners out. All the kids were there. Well, not all of them, but Joy was there, Jim Bob was there, Jana was there. It was a huge festival. There was Joseph and John David and Abby, all the kids. Now, not the younger kids, not the younger Duggar kids, but the older Duggar kids. So he got this big send-off where a lot of the boys hung out: Jeremiah, Josiah, Joseph, all the boys, right? But Jennifer gets a cake made by Jordan and some gifts and Marketplace Grill. quite a bit different. And she didn't get her own blog post. So James got a whole blog post, which was all from Jana, and it was written about his 20th birthday celebration on the lake, a lake day for a celebratory day. Who else feels like Jennifer is getting the short end of the stick? Well, I'm not the only one that thought that, because not only did I think it was boring, so did people on Reddit. So on Reddit, they were venting about Jennifer's birthday, and they were a little bit agitated. And someone said this: does the cake look sad? Yes. Does Jennifer deserve better from her parents? Yes. It is hideous that the younger girls are all stuck in a cult with no hope for the future and no way out. You bet it does. But the cake was made by her 12-year-old sister, probably independently and zero help, and Jordan is just likely fully self-taught, so like props to Jordan. My issue is that the stories imply that the only reason she has a cake is because her younger sister gives more than 0 F's about her. So people are worried about her cake. And it says, guess so much of the money that has gone to lawyers, they can't afford to get Jenny a decent cake. Now, in fairness, the Duggars do typically make their own birthday cakes. And they typically make ice cream cakes. Like, one of the things they make is they do their ice cream sandwiches and they put all the stuff on it and they do the worms in the dirt. Or they make cookies. They have like a huge kitchen, a professional kitchen. So they have everything that they can to make cakes. It's just a stark contrast into what James got. Now, other people said, it actually makes me sad looking at this photo. Even if the cake is homemade, they couldn't even bother to decorate it in any other way, and it looks like they took this photo last minute. 4 more years, Jenny, and you can get out. Another one said, dear God, make me a bird so I can fly away. Sorry, I had to with this picture. Someone else said, this cake is the lowest effort possible, and is that a wooden church pew in the back? Sure enough, it is. I guess that's the kind of seating you need in your house when you have dozens of kids and grandkids on holidays. You could use cushions, though. My church pews always had cushions. For those of you that said a lost girl made it, you are correct. Michelle posted that Jordan made it because she loves to bake, and honestly, it's not a bad effort for a 12-year-old. Give Jordan an applause. Great job and loving sister. Now, does this show Duggars are lurking on the site today? Does this show that Michelle does not get why the picture is sad? Nothing to do with this lovely cake Jordan made. They're called the Lost Girls because anything after the girls that were on, like all the girls that were after the girls that were like born at the top, they seem to get more attention from Michelle. So they call them the Lost Girls because they had to be effectively raised by their sisters. And there's the Lost Boys, which are the boys that are the 6 in the row. So Joseph, Josiah, Jedediah, Jeremiah, James, Jackson, and Justin. So there's all those boys in a row that are the Lost Boys, and then there's Joy, who's like the girl that kind of got lost and sort of, not really. And then there's the Lost Girls, which are the girls that were born at the end. So people have always said that Michelle did not raise her kids and that the kids are tasked to do just about everything for their siblings. And even on their birthday, it looks like not even they could be bothered to make a cake. Now, in fairness, Jordan is 12 and she wanted to make the cake. So she may have wanted to make the cake, but I would have thought they would have done something more for her. Given that James got this huge party on the lake, you would have thought they would have done something for Jennifer. Maybe all of their money is going towards lawyers. Maybe they just don't want to celebrate a lot. Maybe going out to Marketplace Grill was her gift. And that isn't cheap, by the way. It's not super expensive, but it's definitely not cheap. It's not like going to Chick-fil-A. So she got a nice meal out of it, and she got to go get dressed up and go out with her sisters. What I always think is weird, though, everything is always segregated. So it's like the boys and the girls. Now, in fairness, Jackson's the only boy that would be closer in age to Jennifer, and she's probably not close to him. But they don't typically go out with the boys. Like, whatever happened to, like, dad going out with them? Like, is it always, like, the boys and the girls? And, like, the boys all went out. Joy showed up. So I don't know. The Snarkers think that her birthday is sad. They think that the Duggars are going broke, and that's why Jordan had to make a cake. I don't know if I agree with that. They still have a lot of money. They still have a lot of property, and this doesn't really shock me because I feel like they've always made birthday cakes. So I don't know. They don't typically, the only time they go out like big, like they did a huge birthday party for Josh, and they took him bowling. That was so weird a couple of years ago. So they definitely have preferences. They do seem to spoil the boys over the girls, which we already know that the girls get the short end of the stick. But this is, again, another reminder that if you're a girl in the Duggars, you get a homemade cake and boys get to go out on the lake. Tell me what your thoughts are about all of this in the comments below. Bye, guys.